I am now on Bus Driver, and he's going to be making his way to the pincer. Great hit scan player is our Bus Driver. Has a fierce shaft, but his pincer's nothing to sniff at either. Although his rockets apparently leave a lot to be desired. Danchez pushes on in there, and it's pretty simple indeed.
I know there's no game audio. That's going to be changed in just a little bit.
And it's all the frags going the way of myasishe right now. The throw out to Rel, and that's the cap.
Yeah, your typical messy start at the pincer, trying to get control. Looks like the team that got the red was able to secure the MacGuffin here, and myasishe is going to get about 15 coins or so.
Yeah. Vindy now, Bus Driver in the mid, looking for that red, instead going to find an enemy. Where are myasishe? Well, there we are. It's Charapath on the high ground, and Bus Driver can't find space. Juvenile's going to double up, though, and Liss is on that MacGuffin. So we are going to see a cap. Rel with the power-up, now going to be looking to be aggressive, I'm sure. But this is... it's interesting. He's going to secure the Mega instead.
Yeah, he's got a pincer. He's got the power-up, so he just needs to do some damage. He lost a lot of his stack there, though.
Yeah.
It's not going to be good for him. Smart enough to take a forward position, though. Yeah, I mean that's the risk with the shotgun is you're gonna get a lot of damage and it's quick reload, but you can also just whiff it, and he whiffed at least once there, costing him some stack.
All right, serious delay coming out now. Charapath not going to make the run until his team gives him the go-ahead. That's going to be the drop. Red is in a couple of seconds. I don't seem to have time, or he doesn't think it's worth it. I mean, now would be a great time to back onto it, but, well, Bus Driver is going to be on it. And now Charapath going to try and defend against a very stacked Bus Driver. It's Liss as well up top, and that was that was always going to be a poor cap, wasn't it?
That was a tough one. I mean, his teammates were nowhere near him, and he was pushing in by himself on 3 Animal Squad players. I'm not sure what the comms were there. But that, should have just waited for his team.
Yeah. Bus Driver, I tell you, though, he can hit. He can hit. Danchez and Charapath going, he really can. And we're seeing it now. Blaster out, getting the damage done. It's going to fall, though, but Liss and Juve left last alive. And Rel going to try from the high ground here, and there is going to be the drop. Bus Driver and Danchez now having a scrap, and well, I think we're gonna go back to a defense on B. Vindicator up in about 5 seconds now. Rel will be coming to the midfield, currently on high ground. I think gonna drop, but the frags go the way of Animal Squad, and that's Juve away with the Vindicator.
Yeah, and I think here Juve needs to wait for the red. Unfortunately, doesn't have the time, but he's going to push in without it, and this is... Yeah, he's...
I mean, he took the 50 earlier. If he had 50 and red, this would be great, right? But instead, he's come up, taken a couple pot shots, lost everything for it.
Exactly. I think he should have waited for the red, and he would have had about 5 to 10 seconds of power-up with red and 100 HP. But in this particular case, maybe the disruption of just having the power-up was enough to get the cap.
It could well be the case. Make it work. Liss struggling, though, and pulls out the melee. This is looking pretty comprehensive from myasishe, honestly.
Yeah, we're seeing some good team play, some good throws. I think I'm seeing a lot of plasma usage from Animal Squad from the bottom of the point up. It's kind of hard to hit those shots, and I've seen a couple of pushes with them doing that. So I think they're just anticipating myasishe to drop, and they're not dropping. So good for myasishe on defense.
Liss.
A lot of plasma usage.
Where's the MacGuffin now? They need to make this next cap stick. Power-up's going to be in 20 seconds. There or thereabouts. They're going to take red. And now, with Bus Driver, but just looking the wrong way completely, Liss gets melted. And, well, what should have been a decently healthy stack to work this defense with is turned into almost nothing. Vindicator now complicating matters in a big way. Can Animal Squad afford to lose it? Can they even afford to contest it? Well, they're going to try.
They have to. They absolutely have to.
Vindion Danchez, red as well, taking his time and just as well, because as soon as they get cap, we're immediately into overtime. All those worries about a clean cap kind of go away, but Juve's there.
Yes, and that was very well played from Animal Squad. They know they can't. They missed the power up, but they positioned themselves around the power up with pincers, and they just pelted him until he died. So very good defensive play from them. They had to make that stop.
And it's all getting a little bit grey and tired on the point as everyone's falling in quick succession. Juve, the only one with any stack to speak of, but he's going to run into Cherubaf and Rel, who, well, they take care of themselves, I think. 95 already. Yeah. I think they needed to make this cap stick, and they did.
Yeah, and it's unfortunate that Juve just only had a pincer there, but he made it work, and they might actually be able to win this here. They just need to stop this last player
wish
here.
Hit
that.
Bus driver, really the last one. Was that not hugely questionable from Bus driver to go back there? Why didn't he just continue shafting? Or if they lose this round,
I don't think that's his fault. He was very low. He was just trying to live as long as he could. That's why he switched to pincer. He was just trying to avoid damage. Yeah, they got it.
Well, there we go. Okay.
That's a bit of a comeback, I would say. I think definitely a comeback. I think maybe Animal Squad has woken up by now, perhaps.
Maybe. And, I'm expecting a lot from this team, and I was getting worried because, as always, it looked like my prediction was incredibly far off. That no expert in this game would ever make it.
Listen, you put all your eggs in the Animal Squad basket, so you're hyperventilating right now. I'm chill. Okay, I'm chill.
Oh, you wait. You wait until we watch James hit 20 shaft, all right? And then your 2Z pick's going to look stupid.
Okay.
It's funny because it's true.
Yeah. We'll see.
Juve got clowned on. That was sick. Juve going to come right back with the blast of... and it's Rel with the MacGuffin. Can't quite make it out, though. Carapath. We'll bring it back. A is... It's so much more messy, isn't it, than B on this map? Like, it's not that the defensive positions aren't strong. It's just that they're a little bit more complicated, I feel. Like, the engagements are more complicated. It's not one team in one place, the other in the other side. It's like you can really fight amongst each other. Bus driver now with the Vindicator and indeed the cap. And that's a very crisp pincer shot and another.
He's making it look easy right now. He's got the good positions, using the pincer effectively. Had the power up for a bit, and they're gonna secure first and second wave defense here, and they're looking pretty good. Bus driver's taking this back base position, and you can see the line of sight that he has into the mega entrances, and he's able to do a lot of damage before he dies. Yeah,
just a devastating player, man. Cherubaf now on the point, though. And you can see Rel and Danchez both have a little bit of armor. The stack advantage there for them. They can run it out over the top of Mega. They don't have timing on it. Or if they do, they know not to wait around. Rel and Danchez now having to fight their way into the base. Bus driver's there, but chooses the wrong target, I think. And this is a first wave hold.
It is. And you're going to see they're going to get a good 40 coins by the time the next attack comes, and that's what a good first wave defense does for you. They're trying to posture themselves defensively, and looks like they're holding.
Vindy coming up. Cherubaf is going to be somewhere above it. Gonna pick up this pincer and... Ooh... Lith does complicate matters, and he will be on that power-up, but it changes hands a couple of times. It's now on Bus Driver, and it's now not on Bus Driver. This is the update. So I'm reporting live. Bit by bit. Rel, gonna eat a horrible rocket. But, still defending. This is a little scrappy, but it's working.
So yeah, it was pretty solid defense up until he lost the power up, but they're doing what they're supposed to be doing. They're using the power up for defense. They secured the power up. They got some defensive value out of it, and they're cutting off the MacGuffin very, very well here. I think Animal Squad needs to be a little bit more creative when they're leaving the base and not being so obvious as to where they're leaving. But we'll see if they can finally get the MacGuffin off the point and maybe secure cap. Yeah, we're seeing a double back here.
We're in the hands of Liths now. One of the UK's finest. That's right, we've got players. They're good at the game sometimes. I mean, not in real esports, but in Diabotical, we've got good enough players.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Yeah. Rel in the back, supporting his team. It's going to be Dan Cheza with a MacGuffin. His escorts are so weak, though. Rel decides to just throw in the towel, and I don't blame him whatsoever. Lith's trying to make things complicated at the red. But Danchez has backup, but maybe a little bit of an overextension. That's going to be the MacGuffin for Bus Driver now, and the comeback could well be on all over again.
Could be. It just looks like Animal Squad is just playing the cutoffs very well. I think myasishe is a little bit slow on these MacGuffin caps, spending a little bit too much time in certain areas, giving up the position of their MacGuffin too easily, and they're not able to, benefit from these pulls.
We'll be seeing him a little bit later, I believe. Hey, not a bad joke there.
Yeah, and this is that was a terrible joke. And this
when
is
you
tough.
Dare
this
ignore
is
my
the
joke.
MacGuffin, the Vindicators on defense right now. They're about to secure overtime. This is probably going to be over. Yeah,
the double comeback. Here we are. That was a cracking game. What was the difference maker there, Bert? What were Bus Driver and Co doing better than myasishe?
Just some key defensive plays that they were just able to hold defense better than myasishe. I think myasishe did an admirable job of securing power up in the round that they did. They got 99 before Animal Squad, but Animal Squad just has a lot of firepower, and they're no slouches when it comes to MacGuffin. So they just edge them out in damage, edge them out in DM, and the defense was just better.
Absolutely. We're going to be going to Furnace, which is, of course, a wipeout map. myasishe versus Animal Squad here. I mean, these are two teams just filled with incredibly strong players mechanically. This is going to be something to watch, because every single player in this server has the ability to go off.
Yeah, and I this is going to be interesting. I mean, for me, I think Animal Squad definitely edges out myasishe mechanically. I think if I'm myasishe, I'm probably thinking about slowing this wipeout game down and trying to coordinate my attacks when my respawn timers are advantageous. That's the way I would probably win this against Animal Squad, because if you make this fast, I think Animal Squad's going to be able to match you pound for pound and more.
We will see. We're going into Furnace now. Very different look, of course, from Sunken, and I think that's one of the really cool things about this format, is you can lose a map, and whereas, let's say you were playing a best of 5 in TDM, losing the first TDM map, you're going to think, I'm just worse. But here you get to come in refreshed. You get to say, hey, it's a different mode. It's a different skill set. And so I don't think we're going to see that mental defeat quite as much as you would in a more traditional competitive format. We're going to be on board with Danchez, who, great little dueler. Shafting his way into the field, but Bus Driver gets the better of Rel, and already Danchez last alive. Animal Squad, they're animals, but they're all vicious predators.
That's what I've heard.
Big shout outs to Juvenile.
Yeah, changing his name from Pokimoki.
Yeah. At my request, what a guy. Memphis.
Yeah, no, like I was mentioning earlier, we're seeing a little bit of dominance here in the beginning. Respawn timers are in the favor of Animal Squad, and they just need to. They've been able to keep this 3v1 situation going. Finally, Lith takes his first death. Yeah,
that's such a huge advantage, though. He's going to be out for 15 seconds next time he falls. Cherapath marching up, and I think. Well, what are we seeing here on the mini-map? It's all three players of Animal Squad playing quite close together. There was more of a spread, but now reconvening a myasishe. Grouping up in Wipeout, of course, very powerful. Perhaps the thing that's most lacking in Hub Wipeout is focus fire, right? That ability to shoot one person, then the next. Doubling up, you nullify their DPS that way. And you need to be together to do that. I mean, there are ups and downs to being alone. We're going to see how Bus Driver manages to navigate that, and he will live, but Juvenile left on his own. Liths is here, and a 30-second wait in the 2v2. They do have the stack advantage, though. I think myasishe have to play for the Cherapath respawn, and so far I feel like Animal Squad are making that pretty easy for them by a lot of rocket jumps, just getting knocked away, and that's a lot of the time ticking away where they didn't achieve much at all. Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah,
Take it all back.
I think Animal Squad was they smelled blood in the water there. They wanted the kills. That's why you saw the aggressive rocket jump, but unfortunately they got sat back down like a bunch of bitches. Luckily for them, they're in an opportune position right now. Yeah, he did get him back with a grenade, but yeah, Cherry's in trouble here. They should be able to secure
But he's also popping off. Cherapath can do this. It's going to be tough up against Bus Driver. The rockets are so good, though. Wow. Cherapath, the miracle man, and he's done it.
Wow. Look, Animal Squad had that. They had that. That's individual brilliance right there. The trailing rockets were perfect. The movement, the usage of cover is just very good on Cherapath. I'm impressed.
Unbelievable. What a round from this player. You know, I would say there are 4 more skilled players in this server. I would have said anyway, but Cherapath yesterday in the Russian draft tournament and right now showing us what he can do, and he is a force to be reckoned with. Well, left alone for a second there, Cherapath is back. Once again, we see, I want to say a frag advantage for Animal Squad, but didn't do them much good last time.
Did not. I mean, again,
2v1.
Yeah, this is a quick one. Again, as I said before, I think this is the recipe for Animal Squad. Just use your mechanical superiority to end this quickly. The longer you draw this out, the more you give myasishe a chance to win.
It's going to be Lith taking a tumble, and Juvenile with a pretty awkward fight. 18 HP, even though it was only for a second. That was scary.
Yeah, you've got 2 deaths for Animal Squad here. You're about even.
Juve getting some good damage. Darn, Cherapath does it. care, but he just doesn't care. The RJ up, and Sanchez is going to help him out, taking down lifts. He might be in some trouble of his own. Great rockets from him, and Juvenile's just going to walk into Rel. This is a very messy round indeed.
Very messy. Very messy. There's really neither team really has a clear-cut lead here. There's a bit of a stack advantage for myasishe, but spawns are kind of even all around. This is now in a little trouble. We might actually lose this. Yeah,
pretty well. The shaft was good. He almost kept himself in it, but not quite.
Yeah, not quite. You can't keep yourself alive with 3 shafts on. Yeah.
No. Believe me, I've tried.
Oh yeah. You got a lot of friends with shafts.
Exactly. All right, that's going to be Charapath, the first to die in this round. Sanchez and Rel as well going to join in on the fun, and it's again an early round advantage for the animal squad. If you were an animal, what animal would you be?
A dolphin.
Dolphin, right.
That's my spirit animal. Yeah. Very, very social. Horny all the time.
Rape seals to death. That's what dolphins do. Lifts left alone, and with a pretty doable 1v3 here. This is a 2v3 now. I want them to push, and I want Charapath to go and die. I think they're gonna have to, because they're about to be up against 3 fresh spawns of the trap. It's perfect.
Yes,
and Lifts is gonna take down Charapath, Juvenile on Rel, and it's all on Sanchez. 0 seconds. Ooh.
And honestly, that was the perfect weapon for the job. He needed to kill him immediately, and the pincer was the right weapon, and he hit the shot. Perfect.
I'm so glad I just switched to Lifts to see the fattest rocket I ever have seen. That was huge.
Big fat rockets, huh?
Yep. Why are you always checking in on me, Bert? I don't mean what I say. You don't have to ask me if I meant it. Alright, yeah. Okay. No HP almost at all on the side of Animal Squad. And I think that death from Bus Drive is very good.
Yeah, it's fine that he died. They're a little bit late on the double heal, but finally did get it.
Lifts. Gonna turn around. Charapath gets the better of him though. Now just gonna push into another fight against Bus Driver, and that doesn't go so well. All been fighting in blue this round, and we go to the more conventional upper level. Sanchez takes down Bus Driver, but Juvenile's hitting like a truck.
Oh, and this is risky from Sanchez giving away his position like that. Yeah, he probably could have got away with surviving if he didn't even take that shot.
Wait for Sanchez to come up. It's going to be the 3v3. Stack advantage going to myasishe, but the respawn time is definitely better for Animal Squad.
Yeah, they've just been doing a better job of respawn management a bit. But it's not going to matter, actually.
Lifts almost gets a great bead on him. But not quite, and that's 3-2. Map point for the boys of myasishe. That's gonna fall. The first casualty of the round. Bus Driver just pelts into Ralph.
Yeah, both teams content to trade damage from their respective positions. Not a lot of backing off.
Juve's popping off though.
Yeah, Juve Bus Driver's healing up, and while he's doing that, Juvenile's really popping off.
That was a lovely bit of play from Bus Driver there as well. Just great spacing on the rockets, and then very quick reaction to the telly as well.
Yeah, Bus Driver and Juvenile should be on their first spawns, so they can go ahead and do damage and die here, and it really puts them in a good position.
Jump over to
I want to see
where he is.
I want to see make sure. I want Liths not to take any more damage. Yeah, just hang out here and let your guys die. So Juvenile should be going in and dying. I don't know why he's playing like this.
So Juve on the upper levels is going to heal up now. So he's going to be at 190 if he is afforded the time.
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to see him just do a lot of damage, barrel in, do damage.
We'll see. Bus Driver now with help going to be on Rel. But Cherapaf's there from behind, and the fight that looked so good has suddenly got a little bit more complicated. Liths lost alive for a second there, and I'm sure he was a bit scared as the RJ comes out from Danchez. But Juve's back, and we've got 10 seconds. Well, 25 seconds. Yeah, there's no way Danchez can do that.
Yeah, I would have preferred Juve to commit and just do a lot of damage and die quicker, because then he could have come back quicker. But luckily for him, his teammates did so much damage that he just had to do cleanup. So it worked out. Maybe not how I would have liked, but it worked out.
Everyone with the smoke there, just playing the grenade lottery, hoping they get lucky. Bus Driver need 2 pincers, and I don't even know where they came from, if I'm honest. And now Cherapaf, well, that's some serious initiative from him. Bus Driver is back though. Liths isn't left alone, and it could turn around ever so quickly if you look at the stacks over on the side of myasishe, are now liable to get hit by the second fattest rocket of all time. But no, they isolate Juve. And this is a wonderful turn of events. I think Rel needs to go die, for sure. Or yeah, now actually it gets into. They're like 4 frags up, and yeah, I'm so scared for them.
Yes, they're not looking good right now. Juve's just taking his first death, so Bus Driver and Liths are still up. Again, you know, this is an opportunity for you to just, send Juvenile in. No, don't send Juvenile in. Liths and Bus Driver should go first. Yep, Liths is now dead. Bus Driver needs to die, and now you have 3 full stacks ready for the next fight.
They're going to heal up Bus Driver instead. I know it's one of those fringe cases, right? It's hard to say which is the correct choice, but
well, there's a big focus on
great work.
I think there's a big focus. Hold on, Joel, but I think there's a big focus on using their heals and staying alive as long as possible. I don't know that that's necessarily the right way to play this. I think they really need to be taking advantage of their respawn position and putting pressure on their opponents. So I think it's really what it's doing is it's keeping myasishe in the game because they have time and space to move around the map.
It's almost like a CA kind of mindset, isn't it? And Juve's going to get found out. Liths now left alone. Bus Driver's going to respawn. Danchez is back soon, though, as well. So it is going to be a 3v2, and that, too, is weak. Because Liths has almost nothing. And 1 pincer is going to end it for him. It's almost better to get out of the way. I really don't know, actually. This is just tough. He's going to look for damage where he can, but that's an easy frag for Danchez. And, well, we have to move over to Bus Driver. He'll try his best, and so far evading them. Does have an impeccable shaft on this man, but 1v3 is going to be so tough. Juve's back, though, and Liths is coming up. This is a doable 2v3, but...
It is a dual 2v3, and I'd like to point out that Bus Driver survived about as long as he possibly could there. I mean, a lot of jucking and jiving and dodging, and he's able to get both his boys up full stack. This is not bad. They can actually win this round.
Oh, and they might. Rel alone and actually so close to the enemies. Oh, he knows. He's clenched. He's fully clenched.
This is the worst place to hide. He needs to get out of here as soon as it's safe. This is better.
15 seconds, though. No way.
He's going to do it, I think.
There's no way. 2-0. Animal Squad. All right. Wipeout is a clown.